Well, that's 2 points dropped for Wolves. Really, really frustrating game this afternoon at Ellen Road against Leeds United. It's finished Leeds 1, Wolves 1. Definitely 2 points dropped for Wolves. Leeds will be, I think, extremely pleased that they managed to get something out of that game. Just how Wolves approached it was disappointing. I think we just set ourselves up to not quite fail, but set ourselves up just to try and absorb too much pressure in the end. We'll look at the team. Obviously, as always, guys, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below on that game. But the team saw Jose Sarr starting goal again. An unchanged back three with Romain Saiss, Connor Cody and Max Kilman in there. We saw Nelson Semedo once again start on the right. Ryan Aït-Nouri finally coming into the first team, which I know a lot of fans have been waiting for. We saw no Neves, so Matinho and Dendoncker starting in the middle, and then a front three of Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez and Hwang Hee-Chan. And I think it was crucial really for Wolves to get the first goal, or at least get a goal in the first half. It was a youthful, very injury-stricken Leeds side at the moment. Obviously their key man Rafinha, who ended up coming off injured in the second half, he was tending to be their key man, but Wolves managed to get that opening goal, and really smart work, to be fair, from Semedo down the right-hand side. A challenge has come in. He skipped past the challenge, ball into Jimenez, who sort of lets him down, but it goes into the path of Hwang Hee-Chan, who's onside as the fullbacks sort of still, keep playing him on, and Hwang again finding the back of the net. 4 goals, or 4 Premier League goals for him now, which is a really decent record for considering the start of the season and considering he wasn't here for the first game or two. So it's a really decent record for him, and seems to be somebody that we can rely on to get those sort of goals when Jimenez possibly isn't firing. You've always got a backup like Hwang, who you could argue, he wasn't great last week against Villa. You could have argued that Podence probably deserved to start, but Bruno's backed him and got that goal. But what's really disappointing for me is that the fact that as soon as we scored that goal, we looked like we just wanted to sit on it, and that isn't what, especially against this Leeds side, who I'm sure Leeds fans won't mind me saying, this is not their strongest team, and far from it. With no Calvin Phillips, no Bamford, a half-fit Rafinha, you could say, no Junior Firpo, missing a lot of key players there, and a lot of their fans in the comments were worried about facing Wolves and genuinely thought we were going to knock 3 or 4 goals past them. You can look at our preview and look at the comments there. But you always know with Bielsa, he's going to structure that side to be tough to beat. But for some reason, I don't know why, Bruno set us up there just to sit on a 1-goal lead. And in the Premier League, it doesn't work very often. It doesn't work. And just for us to watch it, it's not enjoyable. First off, we started, if we were going down, I think we played for fouls quite well, played for set pieces. We earned ourselves a little bit of time. Second half we did it, but as the time was going on, we were going further and further and further back on the pitch. We're playing with 3 key players, you could say, on bookings, which doesn't help break up the play. João Matinho, who's a player that is involved a lot on a booking since the first 10 minutes, it's not going to help. And the fact that it took so long, once again, for the substitute to happen for Neves to come on is frustrating. And then Saiss and Kilman were both on bookings. Saiss, on another day, I think could have been sent off because he did another foul after the booking. So when you got a few key players, I'm not expecting him to shift the back three halfway through the game. I'm not saying that. But players like Matinho can be replaced, and you get another player on that is almost gives you another couple of fouls, 2 or 3 fouls, without getting a booking to break up the game and break up the play. And we just sat on that far too long. In the end, Leeds got their goal though. Geldhart, who came off the bench, I think he's a young lad that signed from Wigan last year, came on and made an unbelievable difference. You could just tell he's a lad wanting to prove a point, full of confidence, and just ran at the Wolves defence. And Wolves didn't like it. He created himself a couple of good opportunities before. But once again, Semedo now, because of the Aït-Nouri injury, was switched to the left. We saw Kiana Hoover come on, and Nelson Semedo, who could go from, I think if we sat with a 1-0 win and he was getting the assist today, I think a lot of fans would have been praising him. But he's got that clanger in him. Once again, we've seen it a couple of times, and once again, I've got to say, I think it's a soft penalty on Geldhart. I think it is a soft penalty, but if the referee's giving it, VAR ain't overturning it. So I knew it was always going to be given. And Rodrigo, although he hasn't been overly, he hasn't been firing over the last season or so in the Premier League, you'd always back him from the penalty spot, which is frustrating. So like I said, 2 drop points for Wolves, hugely, and 2 points that could be so vital come towards the end of the season. 2 points which would have seen us, up in the top 6. So it's frustrating to see ourselves at mid-table again, especially in what I feel was a winnable game. And Wolves just didn't do themselves any favours. I really don't know why we invited all that pressure. Really disappointing. In the end, it's finished Leeds 1, Wolves 1. I thought there were players that I thought Jimenez had contributed quite a bit. Once again, he got himself involved. Theatrical at times, but won us a number of fouls. But one of the disappointing things for me was when we won a corner right at the end. Unbelievable distribution from Jose Sarr to find Podence. He wins us a corner. Why has Jimenez gone into the corner to try and keep the ball and gives the ball straight back to Leeds to keep possession? And in the end, it leads to them grabbing a penalty. So, yeah, frustrating for me, but I feel we've just sat back, invited the pressure too much, and gave Leeds exactly what they want. In the end, Leeds 1, Wolves 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's not a loss, but definitely could have been way, way more.